Did you know that the presence of a dancer completely transforms the dynamics of a flamenco performance? The roles and responsibilities of the singer and guitarist shift dramatically whether we are performing with baile or not. This distinction exists through the expressions pa'lante or pa'tras, especially when referring to cante when we say cante pa'lante or cante pa'tras. These terms define whether or not there is baile in a performance. But what do they actually mean, and why does it matter? Hi, this is Guillermo Guillen for FlamencoMAPS. Welcome to my channel. Since baile is often more popular than cante, yes, it is usually more popular. Even in Spain, most people first experience flamenco through dance. And you might assume that cante works the same way in any context, that singers just sing the same things the same way whether there is a dancer or not. But no. In both contexts, yes, we are talking about the same thing, flamenco tradicional. We stay within the framework of the traditional flamenco repertoire, the various palo and their estilos, the traditional flamenco structures, the traditional flamenco language and rules of the game. But singing pa'lante and pa'tras isn't just about doing the same thing with or without a dancer. It drastically affects how we choose the repertoire, how we interpret the palos. Some palos sound so different with or without dance that they can feel unrecognizable, which often confuses people. It also affects how we feel and express the compass, set the tempo, structure a baile, decide who leads when, and so much more. It's not just about the technicalities, it's about seeing the deep differences induced by each framework, the choices made by singers, dancers, and guitarists, and how they interact. These terms usually refer to cante and sometimes to the guitar, but today, to keep things simple, I'll focus on cante pa'lante and cante pa'tras. The expressions pa'lante and pa'tras primarily refer to stage directions, positioning on stage. Pa'lante is a contraction of para adelante that literally means forward or in the front. When we say cante pa'lante, we are talking about a performance where the singer takes center stage, typically in a recital setting without a dancer. The same applies to the guitarist. When the guitarist takes a spotlight playing a guitar solo, we can call it toque pa'lante. Pa'tras is the contraction of para atrás, that means in the back or behind. This is when performers are positioned to support a dancer standing or sitting upstage and giving space for the baile. We also say pa baile or para baile, which makes it even clearer that everyone is there in the service of the baile. In a flamenco show with dance, it's common to include one or more cantes or toques pa'lante. This doesn't necessarily mean that the singer or guitarist move downstage, it simply means that they perform a solo piece. It's also a great opportunity for the dancer to take a breath and the audience to take a break from baile. And many times it's also a clever trick to give the dancer time to change their costume or attire. Being an exceptional solo singer or solo guitarist doesn't automatically mean you can or want to perform with a dancer. Even though most of them could, not all flamenco singers and guitarists necessarily do both. That can be due to personal choice or sensitivity. Some artists don't want to perform with baile and others don't want to perform solo. But also because cante and toque are incredibly vast and difficult, and mastering both pa'lante and pa'tras takes dedicated time and practice. Being skilled in both pa'lante and pa'tras isn't as simple as it sounds. It follows entirely different rules of the game, requiring knowledge of distinct structures, codes, cues, vocabulary, compass mastery, palmas, and accompanying baile requires a specific skill set developed through years of experience, usually in tablao. So let me give you some concrete examples of how pa'lante and pa'tras require two distinct approaches.